Hi guys, welcome back to the videos. Here's a quick overview of what you will learn in this video. So firstly, I'm going to show you how to access the advanced trading platform part of Kraken, along with understanding what you are looking at. So this will cover the basic charts and the time frame and price action, along with how to set sell and buy limits in order to enter and exit the market. I'm also going to show you how to allocate partial entries to stagger your exit and entry positions, this to get the best entry possible in cryptocurrency as it is a volatile market. And I'm also going to cover the real basics of the differences between a sell limit and a take profit. So without saying too much more, let's get started. Hi guys, welcome back to the next video of the basics on how to buy and sell crypto. So in this one we're going to go through and use the chart on Kraken, which will allow us to buy and sell and set limits to go through buy limits and sell limits, but using it as a visual representation. I used the real basic one on here before when we went onto new order and went through that. Excuse me, but on this one now we're going to go through into the back end of the platform and do it using the visual representation. So from here, when you're here, you want to click on the little graph image to the right, which will then take you to a page that looks like this. Yours may look slightly different. This is just because I've got a theme set which you can change here and choose one of the themes, but you can close these windows. So these are buy and sell walls. Go into that at a later date, but you close that down to get a little bit more screen real estate, and you can do the same with that one. But to give you the basic overview, this is very similar to the buy and sell on the previous one, but this gives you visual representations of what we're doing. So if we go into XRP USD, so I'll give you an example on here. This is something that I'm wanting to do, so I can show you and go through it with you. So on here, down on the bottom right, we've got sell limits and buy limits. Buy limits are in purple, so when the price goes down, it's going to execute that trade and hopefully get me in and buy me XRP. Sell limit is orange, which if it reaches back up there to 52 cents again, it's going to execute that, which will sell 827 XRP, which will be around $400–500 worth. I previously did get out a little bit higher earlier before it dumped back down, so I'm looking to scale my profits moving forward now, which is something that we'll discuss about scaling profits and dollar cost averaging at a later date. However, on here we're on a daily chart at the moment, so as you hover down the bottom you can see December 6th, 7th, 8th, and up the side is your pricing. So if we zoom out, you can see the days. If you zoom in, the price changes. If we go to the hourly chart, 1 hour, you can see the price intervals are a lot smaller and closer together. Right, so what we've got here, what we're wanting to do, if I go back to the daily or the 4 hour, let's go back to the daily because you'll see it on a bigger scale, is I want to sell, so make sure you sell. There's limit, settle position, stop loss, take profit. So take profit is the same as setting a limit higher, but the difference is, so that's actually slightly wrong, but the difference is when you set a take profit and a stop loss, what that does, it executes a market order at that price, whereas if you to do a market order now, you see it doesn't allow me to enter a price, because what that does is execute at the current market price. But a take profit will enter a market order at the price that you set it at. So what we want to do for now, the basics to sell is limit, sell. I've got that left because I've done 50% of my holdings there. I want to do the other 50% at the top. So click 100% and the price at 0.7. And you see how we've got a ring here that's circling. So from that, until that's confirmed, that won't solidify. So that shows you at what point we're selling at. So we want to click the post only. So the post only will guarantee that you have a maker fee rather than a taker. So the difference is 0.1% of your fee. So the taker fee is slightly more because you're taking liquidity from the market, and a maker fees you're making because you're posting your order to the order book, so it's guaranteed to go to the order book to create liquidity. And basically, liquidity in the market is if everyone is buying and selling cars, for example, there's high liquidity. It's easy to buy and sell cars. But if nobody's buying and selling, that means there's a really sort of short of demand, short of stock, so there's low liquidity, so it'd be hard. Um, so this is the same in here, and this is the order book. So these are all your buy orders, these are all your sell orders. So yours will be placed in there waiting to be executed. So if I go ahead now, post only, ignore the create conditional, ignore completely the leverage, do not get sucked into that. That could magnify hugely your profits and losses. Generally, if you're getting in and you're a beginner, you don't want to do anything to that because you can lose all your money very, very quickly, which we'll go into leverage at a later stage. But now, for this, really simple. You can see where your order is, which is a nice representation of it, apart from doing it when we did it in the previous video. So review and sell, it goes through the basics of it. Fill quantity and fill percentage is low because at the moment the price is higher, it's not been reached, therefore we're not getting any of our order filled. So click sell, there we go, and you see it's placed it there. So what that does is allocate the set amount of holdings you have at that time into that order at that price. So say now I was to buy another 1,000 at 0.3, so the market dropped to 0.3, I was to buy another 1,000. That would then show us 1,000 in my funds. So I've got 2 orders set to sell, but that's only for the given amount or quantity that we previously had. So now we've got an extra 1,000. So what we'd have to do is for buy order number 2 that came in, and if the price rose, we'd have to set a separate order again. So just go in, set it at the same price, or if you want to do it as one lump sum, cancel that and then do it for the full 100% again. So when you're setting these orders, they're allocating whatever your funds or how many you have at that set time. So it's basically like having going to the market, and if you're on a fruit market, on a fruit store, and you've got 100 oranges and you put them in a box and lock it, and they're being sold at 30p, and then you go buying another lot and you're wanting to sell at 30p, you either have to unlock that box and reallocate them, or you get another box and allocate that for a separate sale. Um, pretty simple, really. Just don't think that you can have them held and they're going to automatically be sold because you've got a prior order, which is incorrect. So that's really the basics, and it's the opposite for buying. So I've done a buy limit, so I've gone into buy. I've got funds left at the moment because some other funds are tied up in orders. So those are the funds. So if I wanted to do 25% of that, which is $660 at the price at say 0.1, so 10 cents, that'd buy me that amount. I'd click review and buy, but I want to remember to click post, review and buy. You can't see it because it's just off the chart, but if we zoom right out, there it is spinning in purple. It's got quite a way to go, but cancel that because we don't want to play with that at the minute. So that's the real basics of using it through the back end. As you can see, it looks a little bit more intimidating, but it is actually quite a lot easier, and it allows you to set different types of orders, and you can visually see where you are, that you've got a couple of orders set in here for buys. Those are where you're getting out. The quantity sat there and it's easy to see and easy to manage, and there's some further things that we can go into, but we'll do that at a later date. So that's the real basics of it on here. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.